Yeah, okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Fight, Booker T! Hey, Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. I got you, son. Check safety. You go tight. Let's go double count right here, double count. He's coming, double up.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Kill. Turn up.
Now Wilson on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Wait. Hey, alert. Check. Hey, 0. Let's go.
This is Carson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Quick. Hey, we got a seal. You ain't got nothing. Nine the mic. Hey, 0. It's our time. Mike 9.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dee Ford racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Let's go double count right here, double count. Hey, we gotta get to that. Mike over there. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Good job right there. Bring it.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on, set. Turn the end. 54. Go, go. Check. Crunch. 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 Hey, go. Check 25. Watch 24. Watch 8.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, it's Coleman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Jackson. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman, and he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Okay, baby, I see you.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. We're scoreless after 1. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Check 3. Guys, listen. Check. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 6-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Let's take it inside his own 40. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go read option with Wilson. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. David Moore with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Ready. Mike's by 4. Let him know. Let him know. Check it back. Check it back. 54,
to throw is Jackson. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll return it from the 6. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
power.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half. Number 1. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Flag 90. Check nickel. Gun. Good job right there. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Good tight.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 14.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. This time they stay on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They will run again with Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the 2-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
Here we go. Here we go. Go to base. 54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Out, 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 out.
Coleman now. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field. Hold that lead.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Brings up second and 7.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
Forward is mine. Forward is mine. Hey, we got to get the run. Let's go.
On third down, Wilson completes it to Dixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. from the shotgun. Wilson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. David Moore with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch.
Now Jackson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A big play there for the Niners. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. He will push his way down to about the 14. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, he's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Joey Bosa, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. On 3rd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Wilson running left on the option. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Watch the out.
Wilson operating from the gun. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
On 1st down, Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the 39-yard line.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
25. Hey, go Mike 40, Mike 40. Silver gun, 4 down. Mike 40, Mike 40. Ready? 14.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They will run with Grant. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now Mostert. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Touch 50, touch 50. Spot that. Double up. He's coming, double up.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Wilson sacked by D. Ward. Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge.